everybody, I'm Josh, and welcome to another episode of Just Sayin. Thank you. On the show today, join me as we begin our third annual 4-part series, Dating 101. Sit back and relax because I got a lot to say. That's right, everybody. It is that time of year. Love is in the air. And it is, in my opinion, not the right time to get into a relationship. But I am here to help you find a good way to get into a relationship when the time comes. And let me tell you, I know what I'm talking about because I have not dated in the last, since 2008. Well, I've dated, but... So I am the perfect person to tell you all about it. So each week we'll be focusing on a different phase of relationships. This week we're talking about meeting people and how not to do it. But first, let's answer the question, what is Josh drinking? PepsiCo, call me. We're drinking Mountain Dew today. Mountain Dew, Cool Blue Gatorade, or Grape Gatorade. That's all you gotta do. Even a coupon. Coupon. That's a funny word. Anyway, so it's time for one of my new sketches where I just sit and tell you what's going on. So I joked, and I only know that I did this in the season premiere because I just watched it in real time. It's January 11th. And I joked in the premiere about how people were calling 2022 2020 also, like 2020 TOO. And so, and yes, that's the correct 2. And so, unless you're doing like the number 2-2. Anyway, so this year we're 11 days in right now, and it has sucked for me. So if you've been watching the last couple of episodes, I didn't have a voice. I found out some people I had been in contact with got COVID, and then I started not feeling well. I went and took 2 at-home tests. They both came back negative. And so, come to find out, I got strep throat. So, when I was a kid, anytime someone mentioned strep throat, just said the word strep throat. Like, for example, my mom was a nurse. She'd come in and come home from work and be like, you don't know how many kids have strep throat. And I would get strep throat. So I haven't had strep throat in a while. Definitely not as much as when I was a kid. There was, I think, a huge sigh of relief from the world. Because for a week I didn't have a voice. And so everyone was happy. I wasn't filming. Well, I tried to film, as you guys could see in the last couple of episodes. I apologize. I'm better now, for the most part. So I'm at work Saturday, and I go outside to have a smoke. It's we're supposed to have an ice storm. I don't think we got as much as they had predicted or how much they thought we were supposed to get. And I had prepared for it for the most part. I had someone that if I had to stay near work because I couldn't get home, I had someone going to come look after Taser, and where the employees park at work is kind of in a valley, and so I thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to park up by the dumpster because it's up on top of the hill, and that way, if it is extremely icy, I won't have to fight going up the hill and not be able to go home because I can't get my car out of the parking lot. And so I parked up by the dumpster. I had maybe 2 tables. One was signing their credit card slipped. The other one had just gotten their food. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to step out. I'm going to go have a smoke. And so I go out to my car, and when you leave the building out the back door, there's like a gate for deliveries, a wall, and then stairs. So I go down, and this is all this part is covered. And so I go down, and I take like a couple, maybe 5 baby steps, just to make sure it wasn't icy or how icy it was. And it wasn't icy. And so I kind of speed up, take 1 step, and I don't remember anything else. I had a slight concussion, cracked a rib. So if you see me rubbing my chest or like going like that, I'm hurting. So, yeah. Anyway, so this year has sucked so far for me. But that's what's going on in my life. Now that you all know how crazy I am. I've always joked that you could put me in a bubble and lock me in a padded cell and I would still find a way to get hurt. I would. But don't worry, 2022 is about to get better with another cheesy monologue. I'm so proud to finally get to say this again. I went to latenightLOL.com and in the search bar typed in dating. So all of the jokes, except for 2, which I'll explain here in a second, will be outdated as well as something to do with dating. So I wrote this episode, and then I found out latenightLOL.com was back, and then I wrote the next 2 episodes, well, from here on out, with latenightLOL.com, and I had categorized each week this week and like searched for that certain thing when finding my jokes on latenightLOL.com. And so I thought, you know what? The jokes from week 1 don't really have anything to do with dating or meeting people, so I'm just going to scrap them. But there were 2 jokes that I had gotten from worldwideinterweb.com, I'll put it in the description again, that were too funny not to put in the show. One of them is my joke of the week. The other one is right after that. So they're going to be great. Otherwise, I went to latenightLOL.com and in the search bar typed in dating. So I know I said this, but all the jokes will be outdated and have something to do with dating. I was trying to time fill while I got the next segment ready. Okay, deal with it. So hold on tight. Here we go. Singer Ray J will host a new dating show on the WE network called Driven to Love, where he drives people around in the back of an SUV to look for potential dates on the street. Of course, they almost went with their other title, Prostitutes. House Speaker John Boehner says that his efforts to work with President Obama on the fiscal cliff have resulted in a lot of talk, but, quote, no action, end quote. Yeah, that's a lot of talk, but a lot of talk, but no action. Or as they call it in college, a date. It's time now for my joke of the week. IKEA has announced plans to invest in its first wind farm in the United States. Although if IKEA builds a wind farm, you might not want to be there when the wind blows. It has been reported that Kim Kardashian exchanged most of her wedding presents for Rolex watches that she gave to her family. In Kim's defense, though, at least they'll be able to tell when their 15 minutes is finally up. There's a new dating site that's specifically geared towards people who love Disney movies called Mouse Mingle. Guys who join the site say they love it, while cops say their jobs have never been easier. A European perfume company has released a series of Star Wars-themed scents called Empire, Jedi, and Amidala. It's the perfect cologne for what is almost certainly your first date. Time magazine has released a picture of 17-year-old President Obama with his prom date. That they would have published a picture of Joe Biden with his prom date, but his mom didn't want to take a picture. A boxing promoter has offered Drake and Chris Brown $1 million to settle their differences in the ring. Chris Brown said the fight will never happen unless he and Drake start dating. That's right, I went there. Facebook is coming out with their own dating service. So now you can meet someone on Facebook before dating them, breaking up with them, and then stalking them on Facebook. Full circle. Full circle. Stages of life. It's all about Facebook. And finally, the dating website eHarmony is looking for a new CEO. Strangely, the only thing that's specified in their job description is no fatties. Alright, so I am recommending, and like I said, I haven't been in a relationship forever, and that's my personal choice. But I would know if I were to start. I'm not saying if something came along, I wouldn't let it. But basically, I would allow something to happen. I'm just not actively searching. Let's put it that way. But if I were, I know that there's no way on this God's green earth that I would use any one of these 10 pickup lines in this week's edition of The 10. That's right, everybody. These are the 10 worst pickup lines. I went to Google image search and typed in bad pickup lines, and this is what came up. So here we go. Number 10. Sorry, I have to get back in the groove. Number 10. Can I ask your name tomorrow when we wake up? Number 9. That shirt is very becoming on you. But then again, if I were on you, I'd be coming too. Number 8. Now, when the person says they have a significant other, just say, math test. And then when they ask why you said that, you could say, oh, I thought we were naming things we were okay with cheating on. Because that spells winner. Number 7. If I said you had a nice body, would you hold my beer? I forgot to click transfer. There we go. Number 6. Did you fall from heaven? Because if so, you've got a great, great financial compensation coming. Just look what happened to that nose. And I did it again. There we go. Number 5. If you were a booger, I'd pick you first. Because I want to start every pickup line with the word booger. I think booger stopped being in my category, in my vocabulary when I was 3. Number 4. Why don't we make like a tree and leave? I didn't say they were all good. I said they were the worst. Number 3. Can I buy you a drink, or should I just give you the money? I would love a guy to say that and have the woman choose the money. Be like, go away. Thanks, bye. Number 2. Roses are red, violets are blue. There's room in my bed and I choose you. And the worst pickup line I found in a Google image search was, hey girl, are you the Himalayas? Because I want to see your Nepals. That's right. I went there. Get it? Nepals. That's what I thought. Okay, so like I said, if I were actively looking, and I'm not saying I don't, but if I had an online dating profile, there are just some things that I know, and you know, or you should know, and obviously not all of you know, What things not to put in a dating profile. That's what we're talking about this week in this edition of The Marketplace. And keep in mind, I want to make this very clear, I am not making jokes about the people's looks. I am making jokes about what is in their profile. Their picture just happened to be there. I didn't enhance the picture to make fun of them. I didn't do anything. I'm not picking on anyone because of their looks. There are a couple of profiles in here that pick on their own looks or point out their looks, but I am not specifically picking on anyone and their looks. Clear. Here's the first one. What am I doing with my life? Ask the FBI, NSA, DHS, NYPD, and the Mossad. I'm sure at least one of them has an idea. Sorry about that. I had a visitor! Hi, baby girl! Hi! Hi. What? You want to tell everybody to watch for your new Taser Versus videos? Okay. Well, for telling them, you can have a cookie! Go leave me alone! Thanks. Back to filming. That was Taser, everybody. Good girl. Oh, now she's going to dance around with the cookie for a minute. Alright, whatever. Here's the next one. I am really good at rubbing your blank with my tornado tongue. Because that says marriage. I don't know, women, does it? Number 3. Or, just sorry, it's my third picture. There's just a couple things you don't want to tell people off the bat. It's something you work into a conversation. Like this guy. I spent a lot of my time thinking about women shooting. The most private thing I will admit, I have no teeth. Sign me up. Perfection. Here's the next one. Now, this guy, and I'm not saying this is a joke, which is, now that I think about it, is actually kind of funny. This guy must be really full of himself. And I'm going to leave it at that because it's kind of funny now that I think about it. But I also mean it because he's a jerk face. The most private thing I'm willing to admit, I've actually looked into getting a penis reduction. You did what and the where now? Okie dokie. Now, I have nothing against people who try to be funny in their profiles. Because, you know, humor kind of gets people interested sometimes. There is no humor in this. Not necessarily what they're saying, that he's wearing a trash bag. Get down. Hold on just a minute. Sorry, I had a visitor come over. Here's the next one. There we go. I am not down to earth at all. That just screams, I want to date you. Here's the next one. And again, this one, he's mentioning his own looks. You should message me if you want to draw bugs having sex. The first thing people usually notice about me, wig hair. What? Is your hair like a wig, or are you wearing a wig? And why do you feel that pertinent to state? I think it would be noticeable Or sometimes it's not. Like, why? Why? Does that make any sense to anyone? And again, this person brings it upon themselves for you to look at their looks. And if you do, it's kind of like, I don't know if he meant it as a joke or if he just has to say that because that's what people think. Not a molester. Or is there a rumor that you did? Why would you put that in there? Again, that screams, sign me up. Here's the next one, and I don't understand. Maybe it's a younger generation thing. Maybe it's crazy thing. I don't know. But what would prompt you to want to take a picture of yourself in a bathtub underwater? Let alone someone is taking that picture for them. That just screams, ask me out. And finally, really banking on you having much lower standards than me. That sells anything. If you wanted low standards, you should try this thing. Well, the only way I could tie this next segment into this week's show is by saying this. If you are looking for someone to date, and they are the reason we have such warning labels, don't date them. It's time for another hilariously funny edition of, which I guess is a double entendre. Warning! There's a warning.
Oh, Belly, I need you now. I need you now. I need you now.
Sorry, I thought I had pulled the script up, and then I looked over and it was the wrong title, and it just threw me off. Anyway. So, these are some really stupid warning labels that get the cannon ready and shoot them off my island. Here we go. Starting with this one. Keep in mind, this is a prescription for a dog. May cause drowsiness. Alcohol may intensify this effect. Use care when operating a car or dangerous machinery. It is for a dog. Because last time Taser borrowed my car, she's gone right now. That's why I had to pause the camera. If you noticed it, is because she came and asked me for the keys. And, you know, don't put... There are just some things that, okay, you're an idiot. Great. You know, like me. I'm happy-go-lucky. I'm an idiot. I do stupid stuff all the time, but I am not a stupid person. The people that would need to learn not to do this are stupid people. Do pick up a baby this way. Don't pick it up one-handed by its head. Really? You have to be taught that? Get the cannon ready. And on a package of eggs, has the world gotten this bad? Seriously, with all the warnings and allergies, and they really have to put on a carton of eggs. Allergy warning, contains egg. Really? You mean beef doesn't come in an egg? An egg comes in an egg? What? On a package of Unisom, may cause sleepiness. I think that's what Unisom is supposed to do. Could be wrong. Who knows? You know, I find it funny when people ask, hey, did you find that thing you were looking for? Yeah, it was in the last place I looked. Really? It wasn't, you didn't find it and then keep looking for it? It's those kind of people that would need to be told, warning, battery has been removed. clearly I'm not seeing a battery, so it's not in there. It's not like it just vanished. Did it? No. The battery is not freaking there. Oy. Here's the next one. And I hope to God that this is not a real warning label and I just think it was because I Google searched these. But is there really a warning label that warns people not to stop chainsaws with their genitals? Really? Have we as a planet gotten that bad? You know, they had to write the warning for a reason. This is just more proof that big companies use the same packing containers for the same things. For example, on this child bottle of Benadryl. Avoid drinking alcohol. Do not operate a vehicle. And last but not least, if pregnant or breastfeeding, on a child's Benadryl. Child Benadryl. And I don't know about you, but I was devastated when I saw this one because I was really hoping that it would tell me one more time how to use soap and not just say use like regular soap, because that doesn't tell me how to wash my body. Really? You think a bar of soap is different than another bar of soap? It's soap. This one I'm going to have to test here. So I hope I can do it. Wish me luck. Warning, drink then swallow. Let's see if I got this down now. Thank you, I did it. Moving right along. And finally, and again, they had to have put warnings on their products because of something. They don't just randomly come up with them in the middle of the night and say, halt production, change all of our packaging to now say, warning, do not use as an emergency condom on aluminum foil. I just had a dream that maybe we should put it on there just to be safe. No. That did not just happen. Well, that will do it for week 1 of our 4-part Dating 101 series that we do every year so far. If you think there's something funny I should see and share on the show, be sure to send it to me. There's the show email and my TikTok. Be sure to notice that I had been putting my TikTok wrong for I don't know how long now. There is no 930 on it. It is just that right there. But be sure to follow me on TikTok for behind-the-scenes looks, exclusive TikTok contests, and my Teza Versus videos. So be sure to sign up there. Also, while you have a second, please like, subscribe, and get the notifications anytime I post a new episode. Because they're coming out now. I've filmed, while I've been sick, I've filmed like 2 episodes, so I'm trugging through, so you guys get my shows. I don't know if that's punishment or reward. Talk amongst yourselves. Until next week, be sure to join us when we talk about the dating phase. That's right. We're going there. Anyway, until next week, everybody, for now, that's all I'm saying.